At least that's my hope of when this is going to get posted. But I wanted to jump on with you guys at least weekly or at least twice a month, and we'd have coffee together, spend like 10-15 minutes just hanging out, chilling. Y'all see the diapers in the back because I have a whole 4-month-old here. So let's get in to coffee time. I'm gonna put y'all right here and I'm gonna get it adjusted. Y'all know I'm still working on this camera thing, right? So y'all can see the honey and stuff in the background. That's fine. So what I'm hoping for with these videos is to really spend some time together and just 10-15 minutes of chatting and getting to know one another, sharing the scripture or the thought for the week, and just kind of loving on each other a little bit. Like, it's less girl chat, because girl chat I'm bringing on guests and we're doing a lot of things with other people and things like that, but I'm moving some dishes because I realize y'all can see my dirty kitchen. My dirty kitchen, which is fine. I mean, y'all know that my house is very much so lived in, is very much so loved on. And so that's what y'all are gonna get. Y'all are gonna actually get like my house. Like, it's not going to be perfect. I don't think that that's the goal of our time together. I think, I think the goal of our time together is to be, and to be organic. That is what I'm hoping for. I'm actually gonna put you down for a second. I'm just gonna move some paper so that it's not all in my shot, because that's not a goal. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, I'm back. All right, now, as I was saying, I'm hoping that we can have these 10-15 minutes together, at least twice a month, where we're chatting and just know one another and just catching up on life, and having some really good coffee together. So probably every Monday. Mondays are my goal. So we'll see how this goes. So this week we're gonna do the Black and Bold coffee. This is a really great one. I actually love this. This is a caramel lemon flavor. It's a medium roast. It's really good. You could order it online. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just gonna focus on it. Is it focused? Okay. So you can order it online, or you can get it at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. That's where I get mine. $9.99, but really good coffee. So we'll start with the coffee first. I already have my water in. And so whatever it is that you're gonna want to drink, tea, coffee, juice, smoothies, that's fine. It's really just about spending the time. And because I love coffee and I have coffee every day, I thought that coffee dates would be appropriate. So here we go. I think that's enough. Simple, right? So while that brews, I'm gonna chat with you a little bit. Let's close this up. Close up 1 second. Okay, so just chatting a little bit. So that's brewing. I'm gonna move you back a little bit so I can come into focus. Can you see me? Evie is resting. Robbie is working, and so I'm kind of just taking some time for me at the moment. So I have my mug here. I got this from one of my friends, Karina. Can y'all see it? This is Jesus and Coffee. So I thought it was perfect for our time together. And hope is that you're going to enjoy spending a few minutes with me. And if there's any like things that you want me to chat about with you, I'm happy to do that, because again, like, girl chat is really for whenever my girlfriend's on, and you can kind of sit in on like our organic conversations about different topics. And the podcast, I bring in some people who are experts in some areas, and we have more structured conversations. So this really is just like 10-15 minutes of us hanging out, just sharing a thought, and kind of setting our week off right? Because we've determined that this is going to be our yes year. And so I really want to be intentional about engaging with you all in the ways that I think will really help to propel that yes year. So, and actually we're gonna go over here for a second because I need to rinse out my mug. So if you hear some water, that's what's happening. And I'm going to put this back into its spot. Okay, so actually, y'all, this, I love this sweater, but it is like one of those that, like, it's supposed to be like off the shoulder, and so, which most of my sweaters are, as you all have come to realize. But it's also like a crop sweater, so it fits kind of weird. But I do love it because I love the colors and how comfortable it is. So if you see me fiddling with it, that's what it is. It's supposed to be like this, but it's so wonky. It's so wonky. So anyways. So I'm super excited about today. So I wanted to start with the verse for today, and I will tell you that we're going to be starting with Nehemiah. Nehemiah is one of my favorite books of the Bible, and God always takes me back to it, like always, especially like in seasons of uncertainty, or having to figure out what I'm doing, or I'm feeling lost a little bit. It always comes back, and I've realized that the reason that I love and gravitate towards Nehemiah so much is because it's about foundation, and it's about getting back to the place where it started and understanding the purpose of what I'm doing and who I am. And so I love this book, and I have read it so many times. Like, when I tell you, so many times. And so we're gonna chat a little bit about my favorite book, right? Just a brief scripture. So today's scripture is going to come from Nehemiah 1 verse 8 and 9. And it says, "Please remember what you commanded your servant Moses. If you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the peoples. But if you return to me and carefully observe my commands, even though your exiles were banished to the farthest horizon, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place where I chose to have my name dwell." Even though your exiles were banished to the farthest horizon, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place where I chose to have my name dwell. So that was Nehemiah 1 and 8, and that's our scripture for today. And I love that scripture. One, because it reminds me that God always has a plan to reconcile us to him. Always. And so we can do so many crazy things, and we can go so far, like far, and do the absolute most, but he will remember us, and he will bring us back to that place. And it says you just have to return and observe his commands. So you have to make a decision that you're going to listen to him, and you're going to do what he's asked you to do. And so nothing that you've done will ever erase his love for you and his desire to bring you back into covenant with him, relationship with him. And that is so important, especially for a lot of us who have lived and lived very well, and so we think, oh, you know, God doesn't want us around, God doesn't want to do anything, or can't use us, or we're not the person for this platform, or for this movement, or for whatever, honestly, for whatever. And it's so funny because his word literally says, if you return and carefully observe my commands, even though you were banished to the farthest horizon, even though you went through some things, even though I left you to deal with the mess you created, I will gather you from there and bring you to the place where I chose to have my name dwell. I won't just bring you into this beautiful place. I'll bring you to the place where I am, is what he's saying. I'll bring you to the place where I am. And that is huge. So actually, I think my coffee is just about done, which is great because I'm smelling it. But it's so important for us to realize that there's nothing that we can do or say or nowhere we can go that negates his goodness and his desire to be in relationship with us. No place. We can't go anywhere. The farthest horizon, he will gather us from there and bring us back into relationship and covenant with him. We just have to make the decision that we're going to listen, that we're going to obey his commands, that we're going to get into position, and that we're going to do our very best to stay in position. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I'm needing it right now. I had a long night with Evie. As you can hear, she's waking up. Uh-oh, did I just mess that up? And so we have to get past this place of using our mess ups as a crutch, because we use it as a crutch to say, well, he doesn't want to deal with me anyways, he's not going to use me for that, so I might as well keep doing what I want to do, or I might as well not even worry about that, or I might as well not leap out on faith, or whatever, what have you. And it's like, no, he's literally in his word. He says, if you return to me and carefully observe my commands, even though you were in exile, banished to the farthest horizon, I will gather you from there and I will bring you to a place where I chose to have my name dwell. That's huge. So we can't use our insecurities or our screw-ups as a crutch anymore. We have to take the time to say, God, I'm going to trust, and I'm going to follow, and I'm going to sit. And once we do that, he will gather us to him, and he will begin to open our eyes and our hearts and our minds to rebuilding that relationship with him, which is so key. Excuse me, it's hot. So key to effectuating his glory in the earth, because his glory is best seen by the way that he restores his people. Right? So we are lost and we're broken and we're hurting, but he takes the time to meet us where we are and to do the things that we need to help bless others so that they can see and they can grow. That's a big deal. That's a good God. That's a good Father. And so taking the time to meditate on this scripture this week and getting it in your spirit, and letting it kind of just remind you of your purpose and of your worth, I think is going to be really, really beneficial to ensuring that you have a really good week. So again, Nehemiah 1 verse 8, that's our scripture for the week. And it is going to be key in changing your mindset so you can propel your trajectory. Okay, I'm so excited. I hope that you will join me again for another coffee date. Again, these are going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to share a thought. Sometimes it'll be a scripture, sometimes it'll be a random thought. But I want to spend some time with you, and I want to ensure that you're having the tools to have a good and effective yes year, because that's what 2021 is going to be. It's going to be your yes year. So thanks for spending some time with me. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye, pretty.